In this video, we're going to be going over question number 25 from chapter 5. And this one is the random number guessing game. In this video, we're going to be going back over the random number generator from chapter 3, but then we're going to use that in a loop. Right? When the program starts, we should generate a random number. And then when the user guesses, if it's too high, the program will tell it it's too high, or tell the user it's too high. If it's too low, the program will tell the user it's too low. And we'll keep going until the user guesses the correct number. So we want to add our usual boilerplate stuff here. We want to include IOStream. And we also want to get using namespace std in there. This will prevent us from having to prefix everything that's in the std namespace in our code. Right. Next, let's get our main function in here. Okay, and remember at the end of main, we're going to return 0. Okay, so when we first start off, we want to generate a random number for the user to guess. Now, if we look back at chapter 3, we note that we need to include a couple other things here. We want to include cstdlib. We also want to include ctime here so that we can seed our random number generator. Again, if this is unfamiliar to you, you need to go back and check out chapter 3, section 9. Alright, so let's set up our seed here. We're just going to get the current time. Okay. And then we want to seed a random number generator with that time. At this point, we should be able to get a random number just by calling the rand function. So let's try that. Okay, let's run it and see what we get. Okay, candidate function not available, requires single argument timer, but no arguments were provided. Okay, so in this case, we need to give it a parameter, and it looks like we simply forgot to throw a 0 in there for our argument. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, it generates a pretty high number there. The program doesn't really say what it needs to be between, but let's go ahead and just use that. Okay, so we want to have a number to keep track of their guess. We'll set it to -1 for now. We'll say while, and our condition is guess does not equal our, let's generate a random number. Equals rand. Okay. Well, guess does not equal random number. Enter your guess. Okay, we're going to cin their guess. We're going to say if guess is less than random number, then we want to tell them that their guess was too low. Too low, try again. Okay. Else if guess was greater than a random number, cout too high, try again. Okay. If it's neither of those, then they must have guessed correctly. So we're going to say well, actually, let's go back here a little bit. So we actually want them to guess before we even start our loop. So let's do this. Okay. Now, if it's too high or too low, we can get rid of the second else. Then we want to just keep looping. We do want them to enter it again. Okay, let's put an extra delineator here. Okay, so then we take in their new guess, and we loop again. As soon as this case is not satisfied, that means they've guessed the correct number. Okay, let's say, congratulations. Okay. So theoretically, we should be good. We might have some issues here because this number can be so large. So let's see if we can limit it. So looking back at section 3.9, the formula for getting a range for your random number looks like this. Okay, the number is going to be the random function, and then modulus max value minus minimum value plus 1 plus minimum value. Okay, so let's do that then, right when we get our random number. So for this one, let's do rand modulus, and then the max value, let's say between 1 and 10. Make it real easy. Value plus 1 plus minimum value. Now, we could simplify this to 10 minus 1 plus 1 is just 10, and then plus 1. Okay? So, now, let's, I think we can go ahead and run this. Let's prompt the user at the very beginning, though. Okay. Welcome to the random number generator. Guess the number between 1 and 10. Let's run and see if we have any errors. We do have a few errors. It looks like expected a closing brace. Yeah. That should have been pretty simple there. Okay, now else. Okay. Let's see. Else. Oh, if we're doing an else, we don't need a conditional statement there. So let's go ahead and run it. Okay, enter our guess. Let's say 3, or sorry, 4. Now, it didn't actually print anything out. So maybe the number was 4. Now, let's see. Oh, this is our problem right here. We're asking for the number twice. Let's go ahead and stop that, rerun it. Say 3. The number's too low. Let's say 6. Too low. Let's try 8. Looks like that was it. Okay, let's try it again. Let's guess 10. Too high. 5. Too high. 1. Too low. Looks like it was 3. Okay, and that should satisfy the requirements for this program.